Whether you're familiar with BONEWORKS or is the first time you're hearing about anything bone-related and are wondering what's all the fuss is about on the internet, you need to know why Bonelab, the upcoming game from Stress Level Zero that's coming to Quest and PC VR this Thursday, is a huge deal for the entire VR industry. To understand it better, let's take a step back and look at BONEWORKS, Bonelab's mega successful predecessor. Both of them run on a revolutionary VR interaction engine that they created and called Marrow. But what makes it so gosh dang groundbreaking is the consistency and accuracy of all and every physical interactions in the game. It's not something that you can easily display in a short gaming footage like graphics, but it's something you feel as an overarching gameplay experience that touches pretty much every aspect of the game. Object weight, movement, and interaction mechanics based on every object's material and size. You can imagine how much more realism it adds to gaming experience and pretty much brings it to a completely new level, because to date, no other game has come even close to that, with the exception of maybe Half-Life Alyx. That's what made BONEWORKS an absolute masterpiece and crowned it the king of physical interactions. But BONEWORKS was released in 2019. 3 years that have passed since its release is a lifetime when we talk about the VR gaming industry, and the Marrow engine has been dramatically improved since then. So what can we anticipate from Bonelab, arguably the most hyped VR game in the whole history of VR games? And no, this is not an over-exaggeration. Keep in mind all the things that I've already said about the ultra-realistic physics and object interaction mechanics. All of them will apply to multiple avatars that you'll be able to select and swap between mid-game. I'm talking about avatars with special abilities that are based directly on their physical attributes. Some avatars will have physics that will allow them to be faster, but their bone and muscle structure will make them weak, and the other way around, you can play as a large dude that can smash people's skulls, but he's too big to fit in small areas or too slow for certain missions. All your avatar stats will be based on the actual physical attributes of your avatar, and you will be able to swap those avatars dynamically right in the middle of a mission. And all those physical attributes will go in as much detail as building bones, muscles, fat, and even clothing. This is something that we have never seen in any game before. But that's not even the craziest part. For me, the most insane part about all of this is that Bonelab will allow you to upload your own avatars, much like in VR chat, I imagine, but they will be organically incorporated in the game mechanics and physics. But Tetiana, what about physics and physical interactions of your avatars? Didn't you just say that your avatar stats will be defined by the actual avatar's physical attributes? Indeed, how will the game understand my avatar's physical attributes if I had just uploaded it? I'm not sure exactly how it will work, but I think it will be based on these newly developed features of the Marrow engine that will recognize and analyze your avatar's structure, the size and design of its arms, legs, torso, shoulders, and so on, and then generate the physical attributes based on those parameters. So I would imagine if you wanted to play as Shrek, for example, he would be rather strong but slow character based on his physique. But the bottom line is, this is the most revolutionary and insane idea that I have ever heard of in VR gaming, and only a few days ago I would say that this is something super ambitious and for now impossible to expect for a VR game in 2022. But today I think that this is something we will see as soon as this Thursday, and it's going to have a transformatory power to possibly trigger the evolution of VR gaming as we know it. There are other unbelievable features that Bonelab will bring to us, such as a go-kart physics that will allow you to experience true-to-life, fully physical vehicle joined with a fully physical player and all the realistic interactions that come with it. That's going to build pure simulation rather than simplified gaming mechanics. There also will be modded levels, I expect, just like in BONEWORKS and Blade and Sorcery for that matter. I expect Bonelab to be hugely successful due to community mods. But the big difference of Bonelab from other mod-based games is that modding will be a built-in feature in this game. So modding will be a much more accessible and, quite frankly, an integral part of Bonelab. You can expect to see my gameplay review published on my channel exactly on Thursday, September 29th, so remember to subscribe to Disco VR and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss the release of this insanely hyped VR game that may transform the entire VR gaming industry. The gameplay will be linked here and in the video description as well when it is released. Thank you for watching and see you next time!